Mailbag preview show, episode 286, joined by Jack Dickens and Rob Scurry. Rob Scurry coming off a good day yesterday at Rosehill.
Yeah, it was a good day. Just with the boys' prices, it just takes a little bit of the torment out of it for me. Kept finding things that the boys marked shorter than they were, and three winners. Could have bet better. English will annoy me, but we roll on. Newcastle Saturday.
Geez, it was winning from a while away, wasn't it?
Yeah, as
That,
soon
that
as he
race,
held,
that race changed complexion at like the 250. Like,
yeah. Well, I wasn't expecting Hippo to hold up on the thing we backed, which is a horse I've never backed before. Annoying. And I could see, yeah, it was quickly, pretty short when it settled so well because we were on a Kenzo and Englishmen didn't settle over a, typical kind of slowly run distance race.
And Jack, big cup week for you on the betting front.
um, did you say betting or bidding?
Betting, punting.
Um, yeah, we've had a phenomenal run. It's been great. Yesterday was our first losing day in a long, long time, but we only lost a unit, and we were playing with theirs. We had two sort of free rolls at the end that we were on at, like, say, 420, and it jumped 220, and I thought it got the bob. So one of the worst ways to lose. Can't remember what it was even called, but it was a Freedman horse, J Mott Road. And then the last, we were on another big filthy steamer and didn't get the job done. So, bounced back. But we've ripped through Caulfield, and I've done the majority of Moonee Valley. I'm yet to do Lazy Susan's race, but it's a big weekend. The show rolls on punting-wise, but it's a big weekend for us boys at Mailbag Bloodstock. We've got a runner in a group race, and Lazy Susan sort of, she makes her debut on what I hope is potentially her home track, the Valley.
If she makes the field.
She's already made it.
No, she hasn't.
There's been a scratching.
Yeah, but it's below us.
Was it?
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, God.
Speaking of that Group 3 runner, Newcastle will kick off their race 7, the New Zealand Bloodstock 3-year-old Spring Stakes over a mile. Like you said, Jack, Until Valhalla, great winner last start at the Kenzo. Can she go on with it here?
100% she can. She's got upside. She's untapped. She's like Rob and my favourite word for a long time. She has genuine scope. She's scope. We don't know where she's going, how good she is, but we're going to find out a little bit on Saturday. We anticipate as an ownership group that she would be a better filly next time in. So anything she does this preparation is a bonus. But if she was to just pinch a little bit of black type, I mean, it would just be a fill up. And I think the race is quite thin. I think it's getting a bit conflicted now, Rob. Like, I want to say it's just a genuine, proper group race.
Probably not. This was once a great race. Like the Magic Albert won this race against Viscount. Hotel Grand. It used to be in
Hotel
September.
Grand. I remember that. Was that gay?
Yeah. No. Our man, the best judge in racing, Anthony Cummings.
Yeah.
What a horse he was. What a rich copper chestnut. Oh, died too soon. Didn't, what probably needed as a stud horse. But I actually had a dream about our girl last night, and it was yeah. She led
just
to the.
Before you start, what happened? What was your night like before you went to bed? Like, what sort of how many bottles, glasses?
Oh no, it was
pens
good. We had half a glass of rosé before I had to duck out to watch my daughter play soccer at Heffron, and then we came back. We had one. Let's not say the name of the beer it was, but it used to be, was once associated with the show. You've got to get me on the Hawk Lager, Jack. But yeah, that was it.
And give something back, Hawks Lager, Hawks Brewing Co.
Anyway, she jumped well. She looked the winner the whole way. She got beaten in a deceptive bob, on the line, and the other horse also sort of stripped her back leg, so she got kind of trampled on as well, and lost in a photo. There was a protest
Wow.
and dismissed.
Wow. Sounds more like a
Anyway,
nightmare than a dream.
it was a bit. It was a bit, but let's hope it's
So she's group placed.
Yeah, she's group placed. She might be retired though.
Yeah, doesn't have a back. Wow.
The horses, yeah. Anyway, like let's hope it's not like my Augustus Istimo last week where I said it was if that drifted and I might get wobbly if I was having a rough day, and that's what happened.
All right. Yeah, the market certainly hasn't missed it. Coming up second favourite there, $5.50 at the moment. Rob, is there any in this field that have been sort of yours?
Who did Kintyre beat NCAP early in the prep? So that's got to be some chance.
Yes,
but I don't know any.
It ran near Kin. Yeah.
Kintyre looks like the only Saturday, spring horse I can see here. The rest look like they could be running around on a Wednesday.
It did beat home NCAP in the up and coming, the Group 3, where it was 0.2 off Tom Kitten, NCAP in third.
So he's got to be some kind of chance, Jack. You'd think. Hippo drawn in the middle. Newcastle, best track in New South Wales, best track to view Mounting Yard. Can't wait to get there, have a look at her. I've got a really good line on her. I saw her, but I said she was busy, whatever. But she's hopefully she's going to love the float trip. She's just going to keep improving, maturing as a 3-year-old filly. Get to Newcastle, and run a big race for us. I see Rachel King booked. I wasn't consulted.
She's doing a great job, Rachel. She's profitable, and we think she'll suit the filly. Also gets 54.5 kilos, which is relevant here to which riders you can and can't have. Kintyre's 8th or 9th up. This prep's been up since the back of July. Obviously, it's well credentialed for a race like this and a field like this. I thought Influential was awful for Uncle Chris at Flemington. I half liked it that day, but wasn't sure what to do with it, and glad I left it alone. The other horses I don't really know, and I think we've dipping our toe in a really good race for this sort of money. Like it's a $250,000 race, Group 3. If we were able to pull this off, it's a really good platform for the filly moving forward.
I can't. If she jumps and settles, I can't see how she doesn't run top 3. I just noticed that the Waterhouse has got the favourite, the 3, and that's coming off a Gosford win, in a $40,000 race.
Yeah, it's not too dissimilar to our sort of setup. Yeah,
true.
I think we've drawn super. I think Rachel suits, and I'm excited, very, very excited.
The form out of both of our starts has been really strong as well. There's winners galore from that Hawkesbury maiden where she was obviously narrowly defeated, and the Kenzo race, one that finished about 8th, beaten 7 lengths, won Tuesday at Gosford. So it's all lining up nicely. All right, let's
because it's worth noting, like, it's a 100K maiden, so it's a bit different to a normal maiden, what she's coming out of. But like a horse like Influential's last start was in a $500,000 race, and he started 440. So you have to respect that. Kintyre's last start started $21 in a $2 million race. So who knows? We're about to find out.
I see Mogwai, that was favourite, versus us at Kenzo is in at Canterbury tomorrow. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. James McDonald aboard.
That is interesting.
Thank you. Race 8 is the Hunter, the Newcastle Hunter, worth $1 million. Some of the old favourites here, or some horses we know well here. Marzu, Cold Crusher, one of yours, isn't it, Rob? Been in the past?
No. It's one of the few Joe Pride horses I haven't been able to get on the right side of. But yeah, good on us. This looks really tough. Horse has been up for a long time. Who had this as their plan? I don't know, but looking forward to seeing him in the yard. rather speculate at Caulfield on easier races, man. This looks tough.
It's too hard. All right.
I thought one of the interesting horses here though is the 13 Cinnamon. Second up, Joe Pride, ex Freedman. There was a time 2 years ago when this horse was above average and like, potent. If he gets back to that sort of form, he has to be like a chance here. Like he went awful at Eagle Farm in a listed race, but like he started $8 behind Antino that day. And you can tie Antino in. Everyone understands Antino now. Like he's got a profile that says if he gets back to what he's capable of, this 7-year-old by Kingman, and Joe Pride's the man to get him back to what they were capable of. I'd imagine he's a big fat price, and he's a horse of interest for me for sure in the Hunter.
So overall, the Hunter looks wide open, no clear pick.
I thought the whole Newcastle meeting basically summed up like this: extremely excited. Hopefully, I can get there to watch our horse run in a group race. Otherwise, it's Rob's favourite track, and it looks a meeting with angles everywhere, horses at end of preps, some early in preps. It's a Mounting Mail meeting, and I'm expecting our man to deliver on the big stage. He's going to have a set of prices. He's going to have a really good mindset. Probably going to have a night at the old folks' home, so he's going to have a really nice meal. A bit of time with dad. It's going to get him right mentally. I'm expecting a really big Saturday from Rob. So the mailbag.com.au, accountable betting advice via the app. Rob Scurry, he whispers to horses and they whisper back. Get it and start winning.
All right. Just before we move on to Caulfield, I've realised that we've skipped over the tips from last week where me and Rob were victorious, and we're out to chase down one Jack Dickens who was
what was my tip?
Victorious with his mate JP Spencer.
Oh, it's like the only thing I backed on Saturday that lost.
And he kind of half talked me out of a tissue. I was trying to say it. It's a good bet
I backed
the week
it in
before.
the end though.
Yeah, I backed it too.
14.50 it got to on Betfair. 14.50.
Good horse.
Unbelievable. Like it was right after
Pride of Jenny won.
So that's why I looked. I thought, oh fuck, this is gonna crunch. I'm gonna miss this. And no, 14.50. So
and Rob, I think you said on the show,
right?
like it's often that race, it's an afterthought, right? And horses coming off the Cox Plate, you would just assume it's the best form, but didn't work out that way.
Good honest race from Mr. Brightside again. What was that the race before?
Oh, that was the race before. Sorry, yeah, that was Pride of Jenny race, wasn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, I fell into him again.
Yeah, so like when our tips aren't winning, they're certainly black book horses anyway.
Mine wasn't. Mine dropped back badly and it was awful. But where are we at profit on turnover wise? I think we have. What do we have? We've got maybe 2 or 3 shows left for the title.
Yeah. 77% for yourself, 44% for Rob, and 32% for me. We've just tipped over.
Hard to catch because there'll be a chunky amount of bets in there now, which make your pot hard to move. What does the winner get again?
Not sure.
I think we might make up like a vest for us to roll around in, like how like if you buy a horse and it wins a group race, you get one off Inglis. We'll have one.
Oh, sounds good. All right,
Mr. 78.
Caulfield, should we look at the 2 Group 1s at Caulfield? We'll do that first, and then if there's anything else you want to add, we can do so. Race 7 is the 1,000 Guineas, obviously over a mile for 3-year-old fillies. Skybird, very impressive there at the Valley.
God bless its socks. If you don't love betting or you're just getting your toe in, backing that horse and watching it win on a big day like that is just how you get hooked. What a win that was. Bo Merton's great ride up the guts. It was beautiful.
Having a look at your map here, it looks like it's probably going to get a similar run and need a lot of luck.
Need a lot of luck. I think it's hard to knock, but if you sort of punish its map, it's short enough. I don't think it'll start any shorter than it is now. It certainly wouldn't start with the 2 in front of it, is my view. Reading this market early on. I thought the potential overs in a very tough race early is the 6 Jolie Star. J-Mac rides, Uncle Chris. It was a very nice performance last start. It was meeting 15th fastest of the day, last 200 last start. Made great ground versus the race. Reasonably quick backup for Uncle Chris. 4th up this prep. It's probably the one at odds, not huge odds either, that interests me the most. If Quick Star was to get out to a big fat price, you can tie that through a couple of relevant horses here. Same story, Vivier. Backed that horse last start at Caulfield, and I thought it was a really good run. But you'd want to see evidence in the rails in the true on Saturday that you can make ground, or it's a fair track before you backed like Skybird, before you backed Vivier, Quick Star. They might try and kick up on Quick Star from an inside draw, but I doubt it. If you have to bet and you don't, gamble responsibly. 1-800-858-858 or visit the website.
Did you think Arctic
Jolly Star?
Arctic Glamour saw out the mile very well last start? I saw it's on the market again.
Yeah, no, but trust that stable, which is a weird thing to say when you think about it. But trust them, like, they wouldn't be pushing on, I don't think, if they didn't believe, and it might just be a good foundation for the horse to kick off at. Like,
And the tongue tie goes on.
Arctic Glamour, Carina Queen, Skybird, Quick Star, and Ursa are the 5 horses, that are going to this mile grand final Group 1 pedigree valuating race off a 1,600 metre foundation, and the rest of them are jumping up from 1,400 metres. So, yeah,
How are they going to go here, Jack? What sort of, are we expecting even tempo?
I'd expect almost less.
Slow.
Well,
I
think there's a couple that they'll be not convinced they're going to get the trip, like at a genuine clip, right? So you lower the speed, and I think some of the key runners like the Jolie Star from 1, Komochi from 4. Is Komochi still in?
I'm obviously interested in that.
Craig Williams.
Like Arctic Glamour, they're going to hold good spots. So there's either going to be a heap of tempo or no tempo, I'd suggest. So I'd lean to no tempo. Like Vivier, I don't think Vivier or Carina Queen or Zurion's going to get sent to cross them from the 1,600 metre start at Caulfield. I think Ursa, probably Vibrant, Son of your leaders. Apache Song, thereabouts, wide. You've also got Cool Volante from 5, likely shows some intent. And then if Skybird jumps, he's going to just try and tag Jolie Star. That's Skybird's angle for victory, I think, is just following Jolie Star and hoping that Uncle Chris has got that horse to peak and you can peel off its back.
Well, I won't sleep, even if I've had a good day, if I'm not on Komochi here. The subs are bleeding. I think I've quoted Shakes once more onto the breach, I think it is. If they're going to go slow, Craig Williams is going to get in a lovely spot here. I know the horse doesn't get 1,600, but it looks a bet to me. Sydney horses, I won't be losing on Arctic Glamour. Obviously Skybird's very exciting, but it's a get back horse, and you got to be lucky.
Zoo Ryan.
Yeah, I think if you like I do, I think to clarify, I like Jolie Star a little bit, so I can't pen Arctic Glamour, John, because Arctic Glamour has a really strong SP versus Jolie Star. So that was probably, what was that? It was over 1,400, so it's pretty relevant for this race. The start prior, they started the same sort of price. So, I don't know. Jolie Star beat Arctic Glamour in a maiden that started $6. Arctic Glamour's $5.50, but last start in a better race, it was $1.85 Arctic Glamour versus $4.40 Jolie Star.
And Zoo Ryan, the owner, same owners there, was obviously a very tough run last start, but probably gets possibly a tough run again from barrier 11, right?
The tactics on that horse will be quite interesting. And in Melbourne, they can just sort of do whatever they want versus Sydney with the roadmap. So, hard to predict. I don't think the market will be an indication either. Like, just sort of be a decision they make 30 minutes before the race, how this track's racing and what do we want to do.
Yep. All right, cool. We'll move on to the Group 1 Rupert Clark Stakes, 1,400 metres. I Am Me heads this way instead of to Newcastle.
Newy, bro.
Newy.
Righto, massive speed here. Buffalo River, Road Tarataki. I think General Boas to shoot forward from 16. You know, he was up on the speed in a sprint race down the straight last Saturday. God bless it. Military Experts got a bit of speed. We saw Scoo Whiff ride the speed, 3 wide, no cover, and a win at Flemington. From 12, you think speed. I Am Me from 10, it's got speed. And Crosshaven from inside draws, 5, 3, and 1, that have enough speed to hold spots, and they should, or they'll get flushed right out the back of the surf. Straight Aces got a bit of intent, I think, from that barrier. Ayrton, Course of Concern, Jay Carr, she loves intent. She's in form now. That makes it a really difficult map for Magic Time, who's right in the market. Chain of Lightning's got a tricky map. Zutora the Inferno, Umgawa if it stays in Melbourne, but it might be going to Newcastle. Back with Munham Mek. Fucking busy map.
What about the Snatch? Does he get a nice run again?
Who's the Snatch? Oh, Bandit. Yeah, he coffins. I think he coffins.
Yeah, on a nice tempo.
It's going to be a strong tempo. I'd say this is a big fat number overall. Jordan Childs rides. He suits this horse, I think.
Yeah. He drops in weight a little bit.
Going super. I think it's a great race. I think you're entitled to have a few views here, and I wouldn't sort of judge, too harshly an opposing view to mine in this race, because I think there's you can articulate why you like something and makes a lot of sense.
Magic Time was massive was it the Invitation?
Yeah, but see, I can't have it because of its map.
Yeah.
Whereas but I could understand. Well, there's good speed. He'll sit off the speed, so I get that. I just thought the price was tight enough. But is that the way you're leaning, John?
Well, no, probably not from the draw, but just commenting that it was a ridiculous run to still be fighting on towards the end there in that race.
Yeah.
The Imperatrice form looks pretty good, but they, like, is I Am Me more a 1,200 metre horse is the other one.
Yeah, but they're very, very good at this camp. And they have all that data. They've probably got data telling them, like genetic data saying this is a 400 metre horse, or stride data. Like, they've got all this data, and you'd assume they're leaning on it. So I think we talked about this the other day. We've got to trust these big camps in the right races. Don't sort of go down wormholes trying to figure it out better than they will.
Yeah.
I think I Am Me's a sound proposition in this race. It maps well. It's got the right sort of probably the grouse form. It's not the grouse 400 metre form, but what is the grouse 400 metre form?
Yeah. You're talking like Tarataki, which is probably definitely a level below. Yeah,
well, it goes from mare's grade, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure it would be going from mare's only now to open.
Tristar, yeah, I think it is.
I think one of the biggest plays in this race, if you're watching this and this is all you watch and you don't buy anything and you make your own decisions on game day, watch how the track's been racing for the previous 7 races and lean to your map. So if they're sitting 3 wide and winning, which they could well do at Caulfield, well, then get rid of Bandersnatch and Villana and Buffalo River and Straight Acer, and these horses are going to be backing inside. Or if it's the other way, then focus on those sort of horses. I think that's what the market will do late. I've had a bet here. I really like Crosshaven. I think he is a 1,400 metre horse, and I thought he was enormous first up at Flemington. Thank God he wasn't too enormous, because he almost got us with Spacewalk. Might have been Derby Day. I love that run. I love his track and trip stats at Caulfield. He's got a PB at 1,400 metres as a horse. He's second up here. He's an older horse. We sort of know what we're going to get, but he was meeting fastest last 100 and 200 first up. 100. He's drawn super. He jumps and he sort of sits second or third pair, I think you're going to get a really good run for your money. Probably an each way bet. I haven't. I've just backed him to win, but I thought at the odds he was the biggest and stupidest price. But a horse that wouldn't surprise me, and I think will just keep on drifting, and you get like 41s, 51s if they're running on the Inferno. If he hasn't had his heart broken by that New Zealand filly, which has happened to us all.
Indeed. All right, cool. Was there any other races you wanted to touch on in depth, or do we want to get into your best bet?
Yeah, no, let's save the rest for the Zoom tonight with the Mailbag punters.
Mm-hmm. Best bet then?
Well, I don't. If I get Crosshaven home, it's all over. So that's not my best on Saturday. Actually, no. Here's my best. Caulfield, race 5, number 11. Scurripper. Try and pronounce that. I've got no idea how to do that. That's a cruel name to spell.
That is a tricky one.
Stripper.
Just ignore the G. Ignore the G.
Just ignore it. Yeah, that's right.
Caulfield, race 5, number 11, stripper.
Turn the G into a T. Yeah, perfect.
It'll roll forward. It was absolutely enormous last start in Adelaide. I reckon it'll start 220 or shorter, and I think it will win. It's fresh blood versus a few of these that aren't. I love this bet. I think the wide draw sprint races, Caulfield, doesn't concern me at all. It'll be up in the front punching, and I think it'll kick. And Kayla Crowther is going to ride a winner on 1,000 Guineas Day at Caulfield.
There was a bit of Adelaide form on one of those. A couple of Adelaide winners. Was it Cup Day maybe or Derby Day? Must have been Cup Day. So they'll be
that one. Ollie rode the sprint race. Yep. No, they're competitive. The right horses with the right profiles come across here, and they're very, very competitive. She again was meeting fastest, last everything. Last start, she's going to be third up now. I think it's PB time for this horse. I love the map. I think the wide draw gets a surprise, but I don't think it's a disadvantage at all. Caulfield rail true, and yeah, keen. Stripper.
All right, Rob.
Can I do something a little bit different this week?
Sure, you can.
In Melbourne,
in New Zealand.
No, I should have had some portion on yours, but in the Rupert Clark, can I take Bandersnatch and Jack's thing at half?
Sure.
Crosshaven, because I hadn't even considered Crosshaven, and he just said Spacewalk, and it's down in the weights. It's drawn well. So it's gonna, I agree. IME is.
There's trigger words for Scurry. There's a few of them. So you think Spacewalk?
Yeah. All right.
Anyway,
so half your bets on Crosshaven and half's on Bandersnatch.
Yeah, Bandersnatch.
So what are we doing? We're doing one unit at SP. That's how you've been doing it?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, so he's having 2 half units.
Yeah.
On the win.
Yeah.
Hilarious, man.
All right.
Yeah, so keeps it interesting.
And
to beat Jack with his own horse would be awesome.
Yeah, it'll sour like I'll be roaring, then
I'll head to Tauranga for the Group 2 Tauranga Stakes. Horse you know well, Jack, from the past, Cool Sign Mav. He's been
one winner over here. Did it win the Toorak, J Mott, Danny O'Brien?
Yep, it was in the Sir Rupert Clark last year. So we've come full circle. And it was on a heavy 9, which Tauranga is expecting a lot of rain, which I think will really obviously suit him. He's been running very well in our 3 Group 1s at Hastings, so expect him to go well. The only query from his 34 starts, he's never gone right-handed, so that'll be interesting as to whether he does handle that, but hoping he will. I think he's about 460 at the moment, so that'll get me a little bit closer to Jack. And that's
good
about
luck, guys. I mean that. Good luck. But most importantly, guys, if you're watching at home, just have a phenomenal weekend. Gamble responsibly. But if you want to bet a happy handheld in Newcastle, I highly recommend getting Rob Scurry's Mounting Yard Mail. I'm looking so forward to it. I love it when he's on a home deck, home cooked meal, the right sort of stuff to set him up for a big day. But don't forget, if you love us or if you hate us, Until Valhalla is a massive moment for us on Saturday in a group race at Newcastle. So we pray to all the gods, all of them: Zeus, Allah, Buddha, Bilbo Baggins, Gary Blitz Senior and Junior, Liam and Noel Gallagher, Andrew and Matthew Johns. We better throw them in this week for the Newcastle connection.
What about Darren and Andrew Jarman?
Oh, Silky. I saw him kick a goal on Fox. Sometimes I just have Fox footy on. Pissing rain. Angle where like all guys in the AFL now be kicking a big bender. He kicked a bender whilst walking straight at the goal pretty much. Straight through. Wet footy. He's such class. Yeah, we're super proud of them too. Jesus, Muhammad,
and those same prayers go to someone dropping out of Lazy Susan's race, whose form was absolutely franked last Saturday. Ray Magnerio pissing in the last.
Have a great weekend and bye for now.